There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, the music's um what your who's it's froze. So hold on one sec.
Son of a buck. Son of a linkhead.
All right.
Come on. Get down, get down, get down.
Hold on one
get
sec.
down. Son of a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right.
Okay, good. Are we ready?
You ready to do this?
Yes, I've been ready for the past 30 minutes.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm running everything over here, so cut me some slack, all right? So, all you got to do is you're the talent. All you got to do is show up and just do your thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I have to run everything. So, okay. So, I want to post to Discord real quick.
Hi there. Want to play? Dang it, you weren't watching. Would have creeped you the frick out, man. Okay. Let me know before you start recording, okay?
Oh, I'm already broadcasting live.
Up. We are?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it on Twitch.
Well, then you need to refresh because I'm looking at it myself.
Which app? Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay, now I see it. Hey, Dad. You do realize we may also have to edit the game streaming, right?
No, that's me streaming late. See, you see how I switched it?
Yeah, but it's both Fridays, so
Right.
We're not going to stream together anymore.
When are we going to have time? Right now, we've been focusing on you getting all this work stuff tied down. So let's work on that first.
Okay. All right, let's get this shiz going. Come on. Tell me when you're about to start, okay?
Mm-hmm. When you hear the music stop, I'm about to go. And I'm about to go.
Okay.
You need to mute me in there and put your headphones on.
My headphones are on, Dad.
Well, then I can hear. Well, I can hear somebody.
My headphones are not in they're not in this thing. They're in my computer.
Well, you need to mute your phone or something because I heard me.
I did.
Okay. Fake it.
Oh, hey, it looks pretty good.
Fake it. There you go. Fake dancing to fake music. And on that note, everybody, welcome to Gene Pool Variety Hour, episode 26.
What is up, everyone? As you can see, I am no longer with my father. We had a bit of a falling out, sadly.
No.
Yeah.
He gave me for my birthday. He moved out on my birthday. You guys know that we talked about it in the last episode and everything, and that's why it's been a few weeks since we've done this because one, he had to get settled in up there. Two, I had to figure out how to do all this stuff here and here. there, and and all that. And then I was out of town for a week at work. I just got back last night. My youngest son Mitch graduated high school today, had his graduation ceremony, and so that was awesome. And then hung out with him all day. So we have been kind of out of pocket for a while. I still don't have all this kind of set up the way it's supposed to be. If you look at his window, it's not quite in the right shape, but I'm really having a hard time getting this set up. And when we were testing all of this stuff, all the sound and the music and everything was going to him. Now it's not going to him, and I haven't changed anything. So yet again,
pantomime dancing.
Voicemeeter is a magical enigma to me, and I don't understand. So I'm going to be bugging my friends on Discord again next week, just trying to help you figure out. I'm probably just going to say, you know what? Hop on. I'm going to give you control of my computer. Fix it, because I don't know what's going on. So anyway, so we have a movie that we want to talk about that. First of all,
you're hopping really fast, Dad. You're going from point A to point X when we have B through W to get through.
Slow down. How's that? Better?
You need to slow
down. All right. Starting over. So, I'm Sean. I'm the old guy. I'm the dad of this podcast, and that guy.
And I'm Connor, the funnier, cuter co-host.
So anyway,
and his son apparently.
Right.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, I mean, I don't know that I see the resemblance either, but you do look a lot like the milkman. Hey, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. It's an old joke, way before your time.
Whatever.
Anyway,
before my time. Let's be honest.
So look, we spend time here just hanging out because we're the geeks in our family. My wife and my other sons are not. Well, one kind of is, but he doesn't like to talk about stuff. He's not really. He kind of keeps to himself. But anyway, so this has always been our chance to just hang out and talk about goofy stuff that we like to talk about. We love movies. We don't mind. We like watching random movies and just kind of talking about those. Talk about video games. We usually do a geek question. Sometimes we play games. We haven't done that in a while, though.
Can't really do games now anyway.
Kind of. Well, we could.
Unless we do video games.
Well, I mean, we're planning on doing some video game streams for the channel. But
Dad,
what?
You should try and get a Jackbox.
Yeah, no, I've thought about that. During all this teleworking thing,
we've played it a couple of times here, and they've got like 6 versions of like a total of 30 games. It's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about that, not for here, but when I was with all my teleworking with my work that I do and kind of doing all the resiliency work that I do. So I've thought about that. We just never got around to it. So anyway, so we usually start though with just kind of what's been going on in our lives.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start? Do you want to start? What's been going on with you? I mean, you had this big change where you moved to Ohio, up there with Nikki and her family, to getting settled in.
Let's see. Big thing. The move. It was boring. The drive up there was 10 hours of just boring landscape. There was this one stretch of interstate that took me like through the mountains, which was really cool because I love the mountains. I saw a rock slide happen. That was kind of cool.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then let's see. I stopped at a gas station one time and saw a guy walking a friggin' raccoon, just on a leash and on a collar, walking it around the gas station. And I'm like, only in Kentucky, people, only in Kentucky.
No. I was born and raised in Alabama, and I live in Georgia. Trust me.
You've seen pet raccoons on leashes and collars and everything.
I haven't seen them, but I guarantee you they exist.
Exactly,
dude. There's weird stuff.
There's a difference between knowing and seeing. I saw it with my own eyes.
Okay.
So let's see. A couple of funny things that I saw on the drive.
Yeah.
First was this giant building, bigger than a Western Heights church, bigger than that. and it just said Adult World on it.
Oh yeah,
just Adult World.
They're all over the place. Yeah.
No. The funny thing is not even 20 yards away was a crucifix, a giant crucifix standing at least 3 stories tall, looming over it.
Well,
and I'm like, okay, one of these things just doesn't belong here.
Well,
Okay.
Well, if you're going to try to preach the gospel and try to help people, that's probably a pretty good place to locate nearby, because
Yeah, but it's still just like, it's one of those things that just does not. It doesn't make sense for that to be right next to that.
Right. So
let's see. Another thing I saw was this business called Big Daddy RVs, and the mascot was a large heavyset. It was a large heavyset man in overalls, barefoot, wife beater T-shirt, a straw hat, and sunglasses.
Cool. All right.
So I'm like,
now this. Okay, what state was that in? Was that in Kentucky? Okay, all this was in Kentucky. I got you.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Basically, Kentucky was what's the most interesting state to drive through. I will say that.
Okay. Whatever.
Let's see.
So what's been going on since you got there?
Since I got there,
yeah.
I've been bonding with the family a lot. I helped Mr. Sexton with a woodworking project he has got going in the basement. And basically this work table that also doubles as an ammo crate holder, ammo crate shelf kind of thing, because he makes his own ammo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a friend of ours from church down here does the same thing. So
let's see. I've been bonding a lot with Mrs. Sexton, Amanda, mainly through our early morning chats, since we're always the first ones to get up in the morning.
Right. Okay.
And we've been binging. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, no, you were telling me about that. So
yeah. Mr. Sexton has got this Plex archive that I swear would put Netflix, Hulu, definitely Disney Plus, and possibly even Amazon Prime to shame.
Right.
Just because I mean, just to give you guys a little bit of a number, he's got, I believe, a 27 terabytes used out of a 36 terabyte array.
That's a lot of terabytes of stuff. Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff.
He's got movies, TV shows, anime.
Yeah.
Classic. He's got the very first of the Godzilla movies, the one back from 1957 when they used a freaking toy as the monster.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So
it's amazing.
I might need to rip off his login or something.
He's very secretive about that stuff.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
But if you when you come down to visit, if you want to get a portable hard drive of a boatload of stuff and bring it for our Plex server, anyway. So
yeah, but it would just be an insult to this masterpiece that he has created.
I am sure. My buddy Brandon.
Let's see, what else?
Brandon's got a pretty big a pretty big Plex server as well. I'm gonna say he's got a
what
pretty.
What were you about to say?
He's got a
what
pretty
were you
big.
About to say though.
Brandon's got a pretty big one too. This is what I was about to say, and then I went, yeah. Let me rephrase that. I have no idea.
Phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing. So anyway,
let's see. I've also been able to expand my diet a little bit more since I've been down here, which is a good thing.
That's good. Down here. Geography
up
much?
Here. Shut up. So as you guys know, I've got ASD, autism spectrum disorder, or as I grew up with it, Asperger's syndrome. Try going to school with that, yeah. And
Mitch did.
So I know.
Yeah.
And so I have food hang-ups. Would you call it that? What would you call it?
Food texture issues and stuff. Yeah.
And and so the Sexton family, they're full of texture issues, dietary issues. It's an entire family of picky eaters, um and and so they help me feel a bit more calm and a little less anxious about all this stuff, which has
Right.
really helped me get over some of these hurdles.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And
I think that's
um
fantastic, man. I really do.
and and, and so while I haven't added complete dishes, I've added some things like banana peppers, jalapenos. I've gotten used to a different kind of restaurant. Some Cane's Raising Chickens. Love that place. No, it's Raising Cane's Chicken. That's what it is. And I'm getting more and more used to this stuff and just a little bit more naturally adventurous.
Okay, cool. Um, so I what's been the biggest adjustment moving up there?
Biggest adjustment has definitely been the family interactions, because everyone here is so outspoken and open-minded, and at home it's always we're always kind of hinting at what's wrong, and trying to get you to see what you did wrong instead of just outright telling you this is what you did.
Yeah, yeah,
Here it's just so as soon as something happens, they're like hey, stop doing this. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's so immediate, and I'm like, but they but they didn't subtly hint to it for days on end. How it baffles me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's been the biggest adjustment.
Yeah, yeah. Well, life is all about adjustments, but I think that everything that you've told me, I think it's a great environment for you. I think it's a change of approach. You know,
Yeah.
um, they're probably doing some of the same things that we did, but we had 20 years of
Resistance.
resistance and struggling through, and so you know what? It's always good to have a different perspective, and so I am so excited to see what happens. I'm so excited to see what happens. Oh, stop. So anyway, uh, any other stuff been going on with you other than this whole
Let's
move stuff?
see. Very very recently we've gotten some life punching news.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
I don't want to say that. I
Oh,
don't want to
okay.
talk about it. It's just
Then I probably wouldn't
it's
have. I probably
just
wouldn't even have said live punching news, and it would just
I just want to say, hey, that recently life has kind of
some obstacles have
punched.
happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
some obstacles have happened.
Okay. Okay.
And but if there's anything me and Nikki are good at, it's adapting. Hey,
Yeah.
what was my nickname growing
Yeah.
up, Dad?
Yeah. Huh?
What was my nickname growing up?
The mutating bacteria.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't matter what we did, he would find a way around it. So, anyway.
It's just part of my DNA.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've always been able to see the bright side in things. I've always been able to have this optimistic attitude,
Right.
and I know that I'm gonna rub that off on Nikki, and things are gonna look up. Things are gonna
Yeah.
get better.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know it.
No, of course they will. Of course they will. So
Because I'm me. I mean, have you met me? I'm freaking awesome. I'm 300 pounds of pure awesomeness.
I'm trying to get because my camera's kind of switched. You see the shirt? Kind of a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal. There you go.
Big deal.
So anyway, speaking
big.
speaking of shirts, I ordered a bunch of shirts. I decided, hey, I wanted to wear my geeky shirts.
Did you design some Gene Pool Variety Hour
Oh,
shirts?
I have, but I haven't ordered any. But yeah. So
how could you?
Just with the that thing right there, I've done it with.
What thing right there?
Do you see what I'm pointing at? Are you looking at the Twitch stream?
Oh, okay. Now I see it. You're pointing at the logo.
Right. And so I've done that one. with the chicken and everything. And you can, so I'll send you a link and we can order some shirts if we want to.
Nice.
But anyway, so but no, I ordered some Father's Day, birthday type stuff, and so this is the first one. So if
you're on air.
If I'm wearing this shirt, they know to leave me alone. So
nice.
But anyway,
nice. You send me that shirt too.
yeah. So anyway,
I'm just saying you should.
Is there okay? So nothing else is going on, and I'm slowly. I mean, Connor will get his place all set up once they get into their place.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to set up his little podcast area. Since I've been working on mine, I'm slowly starting to add stuff. So, this is going to say something. This is going to say something different every time. If anybody wants to send me things to put on here, clean things to put on here, I will definitely do that. So I figured that was kind of a cool one to start with.
Define clean, Dad.
No foul language. No really bad. Like if you want to send me, like movie quotes or things like that you want me to do, I'll do that. But there'll be something different every time.
Cool.
And it also. Let me find it. Hold on one sec. It lights up, but when you light it up, you can't really see it. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was. Mom saw me put that on there, and she's like, "What? All your base are what?"
The original meme.
And I said, "Okay, if you are a video game player, if you are a geek or nerd of any kind, you know what that is, okay?" Zero Wing, which is an old Japanese game back in '92, they kind of translated it into America on the Mega Drive, the Genesis kind of port, and the translation, the Japanese to English translation was hard, was famously bad. And so this was a scene where apparently the bad guy was trying to say, "All your bases belong to us now," and it was translated that all your base are belong to us. And it became kind of like one of the first kind of like internet meme kind of things. So anyway. So, and then, of course, we got Chase. So, I'll be slowly trying to add stuff.
He's still got his sunglasses on.
So, and you notice how this is magically suspended? It's not on a shelf. It's just magically there. Also known as fishing wire. It's a fishing line back there.
Thank you.
So,
love you.
So, anyway. See, okay, that's just not cool. He has his own person to like. He has his own handler, and that's just not fair. So anyway, okay. I don't have a lot to talk about things that have been going on because I've just been at work for a long time. I was out at the Pacific Northwest, seeing my guys up there. They're getting ready to deploy.
What was that like?
It's beautiful weather. They are much more comfortable.
Beautiful weather.
They are much more. Chickens.
Sunny skies.
I know you can't hear the chickens. I'm sorry that you can't hear the chickens, but they're playing chickens now. So anyway, because Washington was the first case of COVID was in Washington, and they have been dealing with it longer, and they just seem to be more willing to accept the need to wear masks. And so it's not that big of a deal. Businesses are kind of running. They kind of got this dance going really good with like curbside pickup for food or whatever. Whereas, in the South, we have a lot of conflict down here about whether or not we should be wearing masks. We have a lot of disagreement. We have some people that think it's not a big deal at all. We have some people that think it's a huge deal. Look,
up in Ohio, they actually made it a real mandate by law to wear masks if you're in public.
Look, they did that in Alabama too. State law in Alabama mandated if you're outside in public, you have to wear a mask. Here in Georgia, in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta did a city ordinance for the same thing, and the governor sued the city of Atlanta to try to stop that mandate. I don't know why.
Sued?
I don't understand that. And look, you know me. People that know me know I'm about as conservative as they come. Okay? But that's just stupid. It's a medical issue. It's not like it's infringing on your rights horribly. Okay, you wear a seatbelt because the law tells you to wear a seatbelt. You don't kill people. You don't rob banks because the law tells you not to. It's not that big of a deal, people. It's a stinking mask. Anyway, so I had a blast up there.
I haven't breathed properly with it.
I haven't. Whatever. I haven't been up there to see my guys up in Washington since February. So it was great to see them. I love those guys up there. I did another episode of my work podcast while I was up there with one of the guys that is separating from the unit and going out into civilian life, and so that's gone really well. I just got back last night, and
what's the name of your podcast again?
The other podcast is called Reinforce Radio, and it's called Reinforce Radio because I do a newsletter, like a resiliency, mental, behavioral health, medical health newsletter for our unit called Reinforce. And so Reinforce Radio is kind of a play off of that.
And then didn't you have another podcast idea with
just a personal one or something? Yeah, a personal one, but I mean that one's probably not going to get off the ground for a while. It's called Ad Lib Archive, and where I'm just going to get people to just improvise a story on the spot, just like I used to do with you guys when you guys were little and give you bedtime stories, and I would just make up one every night, a different one, you know. And I thought it was a cool idea, and I was working towards that until this work one came up, and I think this work one's more valuable, you know. I think it's more needed, so I'm sticking with that one.
We're not valuable?
Of course you are.
Thank you.
But
I sometimes need to hear it.
What is that on your mic?
It's Link.
I can't tell because you're a little bit further away from the camera. You know, I need to zoom in a little bit more next time.
It's Link.
So okay, there you go. And the light
is an amiibo of Link.
Is that your ring light that you got going?
No, I'm like I told you, this is just Nikki's desk lamp. I don't have any more room on this desk for the ring light. And if anything,
when you get to your new place and you can do your setup, that'll be fine. I get it. Yeah. So I haven't been playing anything.
If I'm totally honest, it's my ring light is still in my car. I have not taken it out since I moved here. It's still just like in the back window of my car.
Okay, well, don't let the sun mess it up by sitting in the sun like that. So I got nothing else going on really. No, there hadn't been any gameplay or anything, and I did start reading.
Into Mass Effect. I've gotten back into Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
And I have read that it is now confirmed
that Link just died.
Thank you, Link. No, it is now confirmed there is a 5th Mass Effect game in early development.
Great. Okay. The last one was terrible. So
hey, it was not. Why? Okay, I'm gonna get up on my soapbox real quick.
Oh God!
The actual story of Mass Effect Andromeda was amazing. I loved the story of us basically having the same people and the same races and the same adventure in a different universe.
Right.
Right. So far in the future, that the original trilogy doesn't even matter.
Okay.
It's just it was meant to be its own series for the new series of Xboxes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine.
The gameplay itself did have glitches, yes, but I'm the kind of person who overlooks the glitches and plays for the story. The story is awesome. The romance is awesome. I always romanced Vetra because I always romanced the outside alien. Just like in Mass Effect, the original series, I romanced Tali-Zora. Because Tali-Zora is a giant goober, and I love giant goobers. As I'm engaged to a giant goober. Chickens, I'm guessing. Okay, Chase, down, boy. I will fry you up. I swear to God, I will fry you up right now. Okay, hey Nikki, get the oil.
Okay, she might think that's for something completely different, so be careful. Anyway, okay, so I haven't been playing any games because I've been gone for over a week. Just got back last night. I am still looking forward to playing some after we get done with this podcast. I don't know
if what? What are you
Well,
gonna play?
it sounds like they're wanting to play World War Z, my guys, but it's 4. You can play a max of 4 people, and they may already have 4 people lined up. So I may be out. I may be the 5th guy out.
Do you want to play Overwatch later?
Maybe if they're not doing any. I mean, if I can't get in their group, maybe. And if not, I'll probably do some Destiny 2 or something like that. But anyway,
always with the Destiny 2, you never play anything else.
I have started this thing. It's like it's about that big. Where's the camera? It's about, I don't know, where am I? It's about that
Lord
big.
of the Rings.
It's about that thick.
Lord of the Rings. You're starting Lord of the Rings.
It's
again.
got this stuff called paper with this like black squiggly stuff called words. It's an actual book.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking
about books.
No, I'm talking about me, that I've just gotten out of reading so much, so yes, since I have those 5-hour flights there and back, there and back again. There you go. I took my Lord of the Rings collector's edition book and started reading it again. So, it's slow progress.
The Sexton family here is obsessed with everything Lord of the Rings and everything Tolkien.
And I mean, like I said, I'm only, they're heading towards
every New Year's Eve and every New Year's Day, they watched all the movies, including The Hobbit.
Nice. Can I come and sit with them? Anyway, so right now,
drive, go ahead.
mean, they're just, they're heading to Rivendell now, and so that's as far as I've gotten right now. And but I had always known, because I love the book so much and seen the movies and love the movies so much, that the dialogue in the movies follows the dialogue in the book so closely.
Except The Hobbit.
But don't get me started on The Hobbit. But then
you going started on Mass Effect Andromeda.
Getting back and reading it again recently, oh my gosh, it's like word for word, man. I mean, I'm reading some lines in here from Gandalf and from Frodo and Bilbo, and I'm seeing the scene from the movie in my head with the exact same lines. It's really cool. So I've been doing that, and
I still think Merry and Pippin are very underrated characters.
Oh, they're some of my favorites. Yeah. Oh, and tomorrow we're having our second session of D&D. So
same here.
Hey. Griffin,
what's up?
Griffin's watching, and he said, "A book? How horrifying! Come on, man, really?" So, I know. So, yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to playing D&D tomorrow. I'm going to be bringing my mini, who is probably still going to be in blackface because I haven't had time to paint him yet. So I'm probably going to get up
Racism.
Huh?
Racism.
No, look,
Dad, I'm joking.
The printing that they do of this 3D printing is the plastic. I got the higher quality, and it's black plastic, so the whole thing is black. So I've got to do the base coat and then start painting it. And I'm going to try to do that.
You should do resin in printing, actually. It's a lot more.
I think that's what this is. I think it's the whatever
it's black resin.
Whatever it is, it's the highest quality that they had. Yes. So, I mean, it was like $35 or something for this mini to get made, and it's only that big.
So this is comic shop near Nikki's house.
Yeah, you keep talking. I'm gonna go get my mini. I want to show it. I'll be right back.
Okay. So there's this comic shop up near Nikki and near the Sexton house, and I think it's called Crazy Monkeys, something like that. And they had an entire wall of player minis, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so many possibilities. And I bought all I could. I literally just got a bag and started filling them up, and I'm like, so many, my precious. So now I've got this box full of player figures, which is really good because I started this new group of D&D players a couple last week. Actually, last week was the very first session, and they literally said, Connor, you are our best DM. This has been the best session I've ever had. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm flattered. No one has ever said that before. Not even my own family. Hint, hint.
Hey, don't look at me. Don't look at me about the whole D&D reaction in my family. So, okay.
I mean, it's just you. It's just all you guys ever said was it wasn't planned out. Your stutter confused us and everything. And I'm like, just because oh my gosh. And that's your mini?
Yeah, but you can't really see it. It's too blurry. It won't focus in very well. So
you're a monk, right?
Yes. And so that's the monk with a quarterstaff. So I'm going to start painting the base coat at least in the morning and get.
So what all is in your party, Dad? What all is in your party?
Oh, Griffin, help me out here, man. Griffin's a cleric, I believe, and then we have a ranger, and then
he says
a ranger and a wizard. So we got a monk, a ranger, a wizard, and a cleric.
Yep, all right. So my group has a tiefling bard, a tiefling rogue / cleric, and then a tiefling fighter. No, sorry, and then a tiefling. What was the third? Oh yeah, a tiefling warlock, and then we have a human and a barbarian paladin, a human rogue sorcerer, and then an Earth Genasi sorcerer fighter.
Okay, cool.
A lot of multi-classing.
Yeah, and I'm planning on doing some multi-classing, but I haven't decided what I'm going to multi-class with once I get to level 5.
Fighter.
I don't think I can be a fight. Well, maybe I can. I can't be a barbarian because my strength doesn't meet the requisite to be multi-class with a barbarian.
Yes. So you just need to be.
Well, no. I remember what I'm going to be. A monk rogue. That's what I'm going to be. A monk rogue. That's what I'm going to be.
There's already a monk rogue subtype. It's called the assassin.
Okay, whatever, dude. Just shut up. Let me play my character.
Follower of the Shadow Hand.
Read between the lines, dude. So
you butts. Moron.
Okay, so anyway, look, we've been going
at this. You didn't do it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Moron.
Putz.
Thank you.
So anyway, we got to move on, dude. We got to move on. So let's. Where's my stuff here? Hold on.
So let's see. Let's go right into the movie.
Yeah, hold on. So we're gonna talk about our movie. So we're coming up on our next entry, and what do we call this again?
Roll for credits.
There you go. Here comes the sound effect. And I can't get this to work. Hold on one sec. Oh. Okay, so I'm sorry. So look, what we did was the movie.
You gotta fix this crap.
I got lots of moving parts over here, dude. All you're doing is looking at the screen and talking.
I've got all the work.
Do you realize I have 4 screens going right now? 4.
That's why things are getting messed up.
4.
It's getting passed through too much shit.
So
you need to whittle that down to like 2 screens.
Look, the movie that we watched for this episode was an Amazon Prime original, called The Vast of Night.
The Vast of the Night.
Just The Vast of Night, not The Vast of the Night. Oh, just The Vast.
I always add the.
So, I'll read the tagline, and then if you can talk about the plot, basically, if you want to, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so basically, in the twilight of the 1950s, on one fateful night in New Mexico, young switchboard operator Faye and charismatic radio DJ Everett discover a strange audio frequency that could change their small town and the future forever. So basically, it's like an alien invasion type, War of the Worlds. But there wasn't.
It's not even that. It's more subtle.
No, what I mean is it wasn't War of the Worlds in terms of there being battle and war and stuff, but that it was that subtle old 50s style of things. And I mean, it was set like it was set in the was it 50s? I think it was set in the 50s.
1950s, right? Yeah,
the late 50s. And it was a really cool movie.
It was a very, very cool concept of a movie. It kept us in suspense the entire time.
So basically, what happens is there is this guy who's like it's a little small town in New Mexico, and he's like the local radio DJ, young guy, And he's friends with this girl, this high school girl named Faye, and she's just gotten a new tape recorder, and she wants him to teach her how to do interviews and stuff. And she's a switchboard operator. She like works part-time as a switchboard operator. And this is back in the day where people would call a switchboard operator and say, hey, can you connect me to such and such? And she would literally pull the wires out. Yeah, she would literally pull the wires out and connect these phone calls. And she heard this really weird sound of interference on a phone call, and then she was contacting him about it. And then they started investigating where this sound came from. Then some people were calling in, trying to help them explain it about old, and it kind of gave homage to like Roswell, New Mexico, and the aliens and yada, yada, yada. So it was that kind of thing. It's like, okay, what is this thing? It was a mystery and a thriller, but it was done in a 50s style, so it was completely clean. There was no bad language. It was great. It was nice to be able to watch a movie and not have to sit there and go, ugh, I wish they wouldn't say that. You know, I loved that. So,
yeah.
So tell me about what you thought about the movie.
So let's see. The basic plot line of the movie was it started out kind of fast beat, kind of funny of the radio DJ hanging out with his friend and with their tape recorder doing a quick dime interviews to these people. It was just funny. It was lighthearted, kind of to like ease us into this era with the lingo and the way people act and all that. So one day, as Fee got to her shift at the switchboard, she heard this call of she got this call, and there was this weird interference sound. It was like a crackling kind of thing, but it wasn't static. It was a little bit clearer, and so she called her friend Everett at the radio station, told him about it, and then he's like, record it if you can, or patch it through. I'll put it on the air, and we'll see if we get a few bites.
Right.
So they did that.
Yeah.
And then this guy.
See, now I forgot how that happened. Yeah.
This guy called in, and he started to explain to them very slowly and very calmly about how he was part of this cleanup project. They brought people in from all forms of the military, specifically men of color, because back then, sadly, people didn't care about men of color. Yeah. And so basically,
it wasn't done that wasn't done in a negative way at all in the movie. It was just kind of hey, this is just the way it is. This is the way it was in the 50s, and they treated. I mean, Everett and Faye treated this guy, I forgot the character's name, with ultimate respect.
I forgot it too. I think it's Sam?
May have been.
Is it Sam?
But, and of course, you never saw him. You only heard him on the phone. But
yeah, exactly. Anyway. And so as this guy's calling, he would get cut out at random times and patched through somewhere else, and so the audience is left thinking, hang on, what happened to this guy? Was it the government? Was it the aliens or something? What it was something cutting him out, but then somehow he always came back. And then eventually a woman called in about it and said she also recognized the sound, and so then Everett and Fee went
Faye.
Faye.
Yeah, it's not Fee. Faye.
Okay. Faye, he went to this woman, and she started speaking this. And as they walked into her house, she started speaking this gibberish, this mantra.
Right. And so because I don't want us to give away too much about the movie.
I know.
Basically, they sit and talk to her, and she tells a story of basically an alien abduction. That she had a son that when he was young, when he was a baby, she heard him speaking stuff that sounded like babbling, but it got more and more clear, and it was a different language, and he would just say it over and over and over. And it would happen every now and then, through the years, and he would just kind of, his head would look up, and he'd look up at the sky, and he would say this weird stuff, and she would write it down. And then one night, what was he, about 9, I think, when this happened?
I think so, yeah.
he went he the she heard some wind in the sky, and he started repeating this stuff again, and he walked out of the house and disappeared, never to be found again.
Yeah.
And so the whole movie is basically Faye and Everett trying to investigate all this stuff and see what's going on. And people are calling and reporting that they're seeing these things in the sky, and
they're hearing these noises, and the thing that I love about this movie is that basically it's got 4 main cast members, and they carry this movie. It's got Everett, it's got Faye, it's got the first caller, Sam. Let's go ahead and call him Sam. And then the woman they interviewed. It's got those 4 main cast members. They have that couple that comes in about halfway through the movie, and they're there for like 1 or 2 scenes.
Billy.
But I wouldn't call,
Billy.
That was his name, Billy?
Yeah.
Okay, Billy. So yeah, it was basically those 4 main cast members.
Yep.
And they carried this movie.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else they were the only ones that had like full scenes in the movie. There was that couple that drove up that said that they saw this stuff in the sky. Remember?
Yeah. And I mentioned them.
Yeah.
But they weren't critical to the story.
Yeah.
They were there as basically a filler to help get Faye and Everett to the next scene.
Yeah. Right. And so I don't want us to give away a lot, because I really want people to see this movie. So I don't want people to hear so much. It's an amazing movie. I don't want for people to hear so much about the movie from us that they're like, well, there's no need to see it. So I don't want to talk any more about the movie and the plot. That's just me. Because I want people to be surprised with some of it. We gave some basic plot points, and we'll let them see it. But I have some specific things that I absolutely loved about this movie. 2 things in particular that I can think of.
Go ahead, Dad.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to go first or if you wanted me to go.
Go ahead.
Okay, look, first was the dialogue, okay? It was set in the 50s. Everett was a DJ. And I don't know if you've ever heard any documentaries, watched any documentaries, or heard any kind of recordings of radio's disc jockeys back in the 50s. They spoke in a very kind of rhythmic kind of pattern with all kinds of phrases and catchphrases and lingo that was specific to kind of the disc jockey world. And it was just this really rhythmic, just kind of flows kind of stuff. And Everett, the guy that played Everett, his name is Jake Horowitz, nailed it. I mean,
I agree.
It wasn't just when he was doing his DJ stuff. It's just the way he talked. It was just
so fast paced, and he was always on his feet. He was just rattling this stuff off.
I mean, we ended up turning the first time we watched this movie, and I watched it twice. The first time we watched it when Connor was still here, we watched it together. We stopped after about 5 after that first scene, went back to the beginning and started and watched it with subtitles just so we could follow, because it goes so fast and so fluid. We were afraid we were missing stuff. So the dialogue, the rhythm of the dialogue, and it's not just him, it's all of them, was fantastic. Because in a lot of movies, when you have dialogue between people, you have, okay, person A speaks, person B responds, person C interjects, person A, and it's kind of like that. But this dialogue in this movie was seemed much more natural and realistic, because people are talking over each other, and finishing each other's sentences, and it just seemed tighter to me than a lot of dialogue. So I absolutely loved the dialogue, and it was definitely it's a movie. Even if you don't like subtitles, and I'm not a big fan of having to watch subtitles, I think it kind of detracts from the screen a little bit. That's just me. And now I'll watch it. So I'll use subtitles sometimes if I want to make sure that I'm catching something, if I'm having trouble with it. But generally, I like to watch movies without the subtitles. But this is one that I would definitely encourage you to do subtitles, so that you catch what's being said as you're just enjoying the rhythm of the language as it's going and the dialogue. Yeah.
May I add something?
Sure, go ahead.
In my opinion, you know how Keanu Reeves is so good with fight scenes because he's able to memorize about like 20 moves ahead, and make it go a lot smoother. I feel like this was the dialogue equivalent of that, because it was running so smooth and just going so naturally,
Yep, absolutely.
He had this script hip and down pat, I just feel like it's a very good comparison to the two free moving styles.
Yeah, no, I agree, absolutely agree. So, so that was one of the things that I really liked about this movie.
Okay, what's the other?
The other one was the camera work.
Oh yeah, the cam work that was really good.
So one of the things about the movie 1917 that was out recently this past year, was they had a lot of what was called one shots. I think that's what that's called. Where basically they had these long scenes where the camera just follows them through this very, very long scene, so there's no breaks in the scene. And it's just really fluid. So you're not sitting there going, okay, I've got a scene in this room, and then we cut, and then we film another scene in another room, and then we use editing to piece them together. It's just the camera just follows them through. Okay, and 1917 was famous for doing some of those things. This movie did the same thing. I wanted to go back and watch it a third time because I didn't think to time it the second time I watched it. And time the one shot of the opening of the movie. It had to be at least 10 to 15 minutes long of the camera
just
following
that single opening scene,
following him into the gym for the basketball game, across the court, talking to everybody, up into the attic of the gym, back out of the gym, and all the way around, and doing those things.
That's okay.
So,
yeah, we're just talking about the movie.
So, anyway, so that first one was very long, and here was another one that I thought was fantastic, and it was the drone scene. Do you remember the drone scene?
Oh, yeah, the drone scene. Yeah.
There wasn't a drone in the movie, but they had to do it with a drone shot because what happened was it started. Did it start at I think it started at the switchboard, right? It started with Faye, I thought. And then you saw
started at the switchboard.
The camera was moving super fluidly and super slow, so it had to be a drone. It couldn't have been anything else. Went all the way through town, across a field, went through the gym, during the basketball game. Went across the court during the basketball game. They were playing the basketball game
make me trip on the internet, Connor.
around the
chair in the middle of the floor like that.
I'm sorry. Okay, so stop giving me that look, Dad. I'm sorry.
No, I was just waiting. So and then the camera angle, the drone went through the basketball game. During the game, the guys are playing basketball around the drone. It goes up through the crowd and back out the gym through a window and goes through town and ends up at the radio station.
Yeah.
The camera work in this movie and some of these scenes with these one shots and that kind of stuff was just something I haven't really seen before. It was really creative. I thought it was really well done. And sometimes you got lost in the camera work and the dialogue and you forgot that you were watching a movie.
I know, right?
So, and they didn't have to show major monster effects or anything like that to just have you glued to the screen.
Enamored with the movie.
Yeah, just glued.
Enamored with it.
Yeah. So those were the two things that I liked the absolute most was the dialogue and the camera work.
I was actually going to say the same two things. Except I was going to add one more.
Yeah, sure. I thought that the relationship between Everett and Faye was really good too. I thought they had a really good chemistry. So anyway, all right. So what else do you want to say about him? Because I thought that was fantastic.
For me, definitely it was the camera work, it was the dialogue, but then also it was the characters and the cast members.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the characters themselves of basically those four main people carrying the entire movie. And it's still being such a powerful and moving movie. You could feel Billy's kind of fear and what's the word?
Apprehension?
Apprehension or anxiety telling the story. You could feel it as he was letting all this stuff go,
Well,
with a new bit of information.
You could hear,
you could feel it.
Yeah, you could hear in his voice the idea of I may disappear by telling you this. You know,
But it has to be known.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You know, so.
Let's see, and then the woman, and with her story, you every line you just knew she was in pain telling the story, because it was her reliving the memory of losing her son. And you could tell Everett and Faye were on the edges of their seat with every single story, every single line, every word. They were on the edge. And even I was on the edge, and it takes a lot for me to be on the edge of my seat nowadays. It takes a lot.
Right.
It was an amazing movie.
Yeah, I super enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again. It'll probably stay in my rotation of movies to watch periodically. I'll probably record it through Play On and add it to my Plex server.
Do it.
I just really liked it. I was not expecting that. I was not. I was expecting to be okay, fine. And it was an Amazon original, and Amazon original and Netflix originals are pretty well known. If you're doing one of those, you're going to get tons of language and tons of sex, and I was not looking forward to that. But luckily, they stayed true to the 50s stuff and the 50s style, so it was clean. But it was really well done. So I would highly recommend giving it a shot and watching it to anybody. So
So then that was the movie.
Yeah. And for some reason,
do you want to go ahead and do the geek question before or after we roll?
No, we should do the geek question now, because the geek question just kind of ties into the movie.
True.
All
right. So do you want to ask it, or should I?
Well, the reality is, usually you come up with it, but I did come up with this one for this because I wanted to tie it into this movie. And so let's just say that at the end of this movie, certain people aren't around anymore. So it got me to thinking, if you were going to be abducted by aliens and you could take one thing with you, okay? I know, so like TV shows like Survivor have, your one luxury item you can take with you. But if you could take one thing and you're never coming back to Earth again, you're not going to get killed or anything like that, but you're basically going to be living with the aliens the rest of your life with no contact with humanity and Earth ever again, what would be the one thing that you would want to take?
For me?
Yeah, go ahead.
The one thing I would take, it would definitely be a journal, because in my mind, in my scenario, I'm not in any real danger. They're taking me to study, but I'm not in real danger. So I'm going to document all I can when they abduct me. Because that's just me. I would want to have physical documentation of what would happen.
Yeah. And Griffin was just asking if it had to be something real. No, it could be whatever you want it to be. Look, it's a geek question. We're playing pretend. Connor's is something real, mine's something real, but it could be whatever you want it to be. Like,
bless you.
I think.
Sorry.
I think Nikki said.
I'm trying not to be disturbing to your stream.
That's okay.
I think Nikki said that what was it?
Oh yeah, Nikki said actually she's here. Here, babe.
What?
Babe. Well, if you were abducted by aliens, what would be the one thing you would take with you?
That's a hard one. Do they have toilets in space?
No.
Because
no. The thing you told me,
yeah, that one. Yeah, I bring a book called How to Build a Spaceship, because I'm not staying in space. Couldn't pay you to stay in space.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And then Griffin said an alien to English translator.
All right, cool. Hey, you know what? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm just going to assume that they have a universal translator like in Star Trek. So I'm going to assume that. And if not, apparently I'm going to
be. They should have Star Trek technology.
Apparently, I'm going to be living the rest of my life with these aliens, so I'll have time to learn their language.
Yeah.
But and when I was younger, I would have said some things just like what you guys would have said. I'm in a different place in my life. I'm 52 years old. I feel like Molly Shannon from Saturday Night Live with her recurring skit that she would do. I'm 50. Anyway, so watch it. Just Google it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Look it on YouTube. But for me, because I'm assuming that I will get access to some type of journaling type device of some kind, and I'm assuming that they already know my language or they have some kind of technology to translate that language. But what they don't have is
I've got blankets in my box back there.
No, I was talking about a specific blanket.
Okay, sorry, Dad.
What they don't have is my Bible. So that's what I would take.
They don't have the Bible.
That would be mine, because that would be something that would keep me in relationship with somebody when I'm alone, because I'm the only human on this spaceship or this planet or whatever.
Who said you would be the only human?
I'm assuming. I'm just assuming.
Obviously, they would also take a female of the species.
You don't know that.
Because no animal collector, hunter, researcher only looks at one gender of a species.
Got some alien perverts.
Yeah, basically.
No one gets the boat.
All right. So that's what I would take. I would take the Bible, because to me, the Bible gives me what I need for whatever situation I'm in. And so I wouldn't need anything else, and I would stick with that. I think that's a pretty good bet for me. So that's pretty much my answer.
I prefer the term biologist, Griffin says.
Right. I had to restart my browser over here because Twitch crashed on me.
Dang it, Dad.
So anyway, okay.
We give you one thing to do, and you keep messing it up.
One?
Yes, one thing.
One? I wish I had a camera.
I
wish I could take my camera and go. Oh, okay. Keeping the stream going involves more than one thing. It's like
it's one task. It's one task, yes, but it's got several subtasks under it. Yes, but it's one task.
R-S
QST.
So anyway, all right. So we talked about our movie and we talked about our geek question. So I think it's probably time to come up with our
next movie.
Roll for
movie. Credits.
So let me pull up some stuff here and then we'll do that. All right.
I gotta stand up real quick. What you looking at? What you looking at? Okay.
All right. So, since Connor's dice are all packed away somewhere, because usually he's the one that does all the rolling, I guess I get to do the rolling. He told that to me
downstairs
earlier.
because I was creating my group's NPC slave they got during the last session. Kenny the Kobold.
Cool. We let go of one of ours because we got a dragon.
You got a freaking dragon.
We have a brass dragon that's joining our party this time around. We saved him last time. So
my dad's got a brass dragon joining his group.
Yep.
Well, get good, son.
There you go, man. See?
So
okay. All right. So
it's not fair.
So we're gonna roll now.
Well,
you remember we rolled for.
Better DM and we'll get a brass dragon.
We rolled for. Yes. It's a brass dragon. As Griffin said, it's a brass dragon wormling, so it's young, but still, it's a brass dragon. Okay, so low or high. So low. If we roll low, it's Amazon. If we roll high, it's Netflix.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So I got a 19, so that's definitely Netflix. All right.
Niceness, Netflix.
Right.
They always got the best stuff. Oh my god.
And then I got a 2, which is action. So we're gonna get a movie. So we're gonna get a movie
Lights,
from
camera, action.
No, that's acting.
Action.
Okay. All right. And then we got.
No, I don't expect you to pose.
We got
they can't even see you. We
got a
what?
41. So let
41. Okay.
Let me go through the string. Let me go through the list and let me find the movie that we're gonna do. Okay. So just hold tight, everybody. So, the movie that we're gonna watch, that we're gonna review for the next episode, is the Netflix original from 2017 called "What Happened to Monday."
What?
I don't think the name of the movie is "What Happened."
Is Garfield starring in this?
No, "What Happened to Monday," and here's the tagline for it.
Are you sure Garfield isn't part of it?
I don't think so. I don't see a cat on my screen, so I don't think so. So, it says, in a world where families are limited to one child due to overpopulation, a set of identical septuplets. That's seven.
Who could birth seven kids at one time?
A set of identical 7 kids must avoid being put to a long sleep by the government and dangerous infighting while investigating the disappearance of one of their own. So, one of them disappears. So, there's 7 of them, right? Yeah. One of them disappears. The name of the movie is What Happened to Monday. So, see, 7 days, 7 kids.
I still think Garfield is going to be part of this. He's got to be part of this in some way.
I really seriously doubt a comic strip fat cat that eats lasagna is going to be part of this sci-fi movie.
You don't know that. Netflix has given us weirder twists.
All right,
so remember that one movie, where the girl was somehow a time traveler, and was the guy's granddaughter.
Okay,
remember that?
Yeah. Anyway, so
that was a weird
that's our movie for next time, which we'll be recording in 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll have the sound fixed for you so that you can hear where I'm playing on this side.
Yes, because
you like to dance.
Because it's just hearing you. It's okay, but you're also very boring, Dad. I'm sorry, but you are. You're very boring.
Feeling the love, man. Feeling the love. So
I'm being honest. You taught me to be honest. And so that's my honest opinion. You are boring.
Okay, we'll take that offline. So, anyway, so that's it for this episode. We'll review What Happened to Monday next time. We'll talk video games. We'll do whatever. Who knows? Maybe by then you guys will have found a place to live, and we'll be moving stuff up there. Who knows what's going to happen? So, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we'll be talking, and we'll be doing geeky stuff, and we'll be playing stuff. I am about to turn this stream off, and I'm about to go stream some Xbox and play some Xbox. So
peace.
If my buddies are not on, or I can't join into theirs because their room is full, then if you want to hop on, we can do some streaming together, and we can do that too.
Cool.
But otherwise, that's all we got for this episode. So. Guys,
it was a good episode.
I mean, and it was kind of neat actually, because I'm so used to doing this, talking to you, that now I'm looking at my screen, which means I'm kind of looking at my camera, which means I'm kind of not just ignoring our audience by doing this, and I'm looking at you, and of course, Chase gets to see you too.
I need my own Chase.
Well, you're not getting this one. So
I
hopefully
built that one, just so you know.
And hopefully
I built him.
All you did was glue the glasses on him.
And that's Chase's whole persona.
I'm the one that bought him.
But well, I bought the glasses and I put them on. Yeah.
So we're gonna move on. If you have any ideas of what you want to be on the marquee next time, let me know, and we'll put something up there. But I'm gonna go play some Xbox, and then I'm gonna go play some D&D tomorrow. As are you, I think. Are you playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I am.
So there you go. Yeah. So tomorrow's some D&D, and I'm
for
hopeful,
you, me, and Nikki.
And this guy will probably be kind of half painted. He'll at least have his base coat on. So
get him out of blackface.
That's gonna be so stinking hard to paint for me, but whatever. Start easy and go from there. I got some great
just send it to me and I'll paint them for you, Dad.
No, I got some great contrast paints, man. I think it's going to turn out really well if and I've got my little fly fishing magnifying thing that you left when you bought your own little thing, and got my headlamp, so we're all good.
Dad, check out what a Griffin sent.
Well, and it's not just social distancing. It's, we needed to make sure that we maintained our relationship as father and son, and I didn't kill him and he didn't kill me. So that's why we're staying several states apart.
I was a little close. I was looking at poison sales on Amazon, believe it or not.
Okay, well, you do know that this is now on the internet, so it's permanent. So if I ever die, guess who they're coming after? Just saying. Keep your plans to yourself. Don't broadcast them on the internet.
Me anyway. They would never know it's me. I've watched every episode of How to Get Away with Murder. I've seen every episode.
Moving on. Let's get out of here, man.
Yeah.
So you have a great one, everybody out there.
It's your dad.
Griffin, thanks so much for jumping in with us and hanging with us, buddy. I appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow, and we'll kick some butt, and we'll make friends with the dragon wormling, and go from there. But unfortunately, brass dragons like to talk a lot, so I'm bringing my earplugs. So guys, it's been fun. This is a new way of doing things for us. I appreciate you guys hanging in here with us, and we will see you guys next time. And you can find us anywhere on the internet. You can find us here. You can find us on Podbean. You can find our channel on YouTube. You can see our Twitter stuff is there. All of our social media links are at that streamerlinks.com link if you want to go there. But always remember, guys, we're here to just have fun with you guys, and
definitely.
Just to geek out whenever. So that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys listening.
That's all I got too.
And you guys have a great time, and we'll see you guys next time on the Gene Pool Variety Hour. And always remember,
stay nerdy, my friends.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Bye, guys.